Peace. This is Divine from Divine Birth Wisdom. I'm a certified lactation counselor, doula, and herbalist. And I want to tell you a little bit about the class that I'm hosting, workshop series that I'm hosting here in Opelousas, Louisiana. We're in the southwest region of Louisiana, and I'm in St. Landry Parish, which is what we call counties in Louisiana. We call them parishes. And so my class is pregnancy and postpartum herbal healing and herbalism in the Southern tradition. And this is not an internet course. It's a class workshop, so you can come and touch herbs, see herbs, do hands-on herbal learning in the Southern tradition on how we would help mothers, how we do help mothers and families while a mom is pregnant. And also we'll be going into postpartum healing with foods and nutrition, because we can't separate the two when you're really dealing with holistic healing on that Saturday. So those dates are April 30th, which is Saturday, and May 1st. And the class is, for the entire workshop, is $150. Saturday's class is $100 if you want to do it individually and separately, and Sunday's class is $50. Mind you, the CEUs that are approved and available are for the Saturday class. And we're going to be going into the traditional herbs that were held by Black midwives in the South. We're going to go over those, how they were used, why they were used, what herbs can we add into our herbal bag when we're helping with mothers, how to use them, proper ways to use them. And we're going to really deal with basic herbs that we can find and see, and the importance of being able to pick those out and know the good from the bad when you're actually picking herbs, looking at them, smelling them, putting them in bags for your mothers, knowing how to ask questions if your mother, the woman that you're working with, should even be using that said herb. So we're going to learn how to really qualify a woman who would not have any problem with red raspberry, a woman that may have a problem with taking nettle leaf and things of that sort. So I really invite you all here. It's going to be in my home in the historic district of Opelousas. We have limited space. I'm not letting 30-something people take the class. Limited space because I want to be hands-on and I want to see the students. I want to see y'all and be able to answer your questions as openly as possible. Also, I wanted to give you all a heads up. Not just a heads up, but this would be my opening to my new product line, Divine Birth Wisdom products. And those of you that saw me speak in New Orleans for the Squat Fest, I talked to y'all about the Fussin bag. And we'll talk about that more in April 30th during my class on what Black midwives had in their Fussin bag and what Fussin means. But those of you who do know and don't have the time to make your own Fussin bag or get those items for your Fussin bag, if you're a midwife or a doula, because I think it really helps with those of us that are doulas as well, because a lot of times we're with our mothers before the midwife gets there or before the OB or nurse is there. We're there doing those early stages and in labor. And so my package is the Divine Birth Wisdom Fussin package, which includes a 2-ounce healing salve with is beeswax and olive oil infused lavender and calendula oil. So this is something that's I like the actual salve. That's good for muscles, especially with the calves and the pains that mothers get, especially during that 3rd trimester of pregnancy. And so this is really good for massage and healing. The rose water, and so this is 2 ounces of real rose water that's been distilled, organic roses. So this is not just rose oil dropped in water. Okay, this is real rose water. And this is olive oil and sweet almond oil that can also be used for massaging the mothers, their hands, their shoulders. If y'all know, if you had people that was anything like my people, my mama would carry a small bottle of olive oil with her. And I'm from the Humboldt Park, Logan Square area, Chicago, so she would have the Goya olive oil, and she always carried it in her purse. And olive oil is a basic, that would be one of my basic go-tos. I know it's 1,000 different oils, but this has a mixture of olive oil and sweet almond oil. So I want to keep it basic, and I wanted to keep it traditional on what our black grand midwives would have had in their bag. And I also told y'all that a lot of the midwives had talc powder, and a lot of information has came out recently on talc being a carcinogen, and you can get cancer from it. And you know, the lawsuit that Johnson & Johnson just had to settle with the family of a woman that died from ovarian cancer. And so back in those times, and I want to say would have been I want to say 30s and on, 1950s and on, where our people had access to those little stores where you could get different perfumes and powders and things of that sort. They started using the talc and the talc powders. My powder is not a talc powder. My powder has arrowroot, kaolin clay. I'm also using lavender flowers in here, and calendula. And some people will say, well, why use a powder? Some people still use powder, so let's give them a healthy option, one. And two, there are times when mom may have some chafing between her thighs and legs because she's getting bigger, and a powder would be good for her to use even during that time of getting out the shower or a bath early on in labor, and she just wants to beautify herself. Remember what we said, what the Fussin bag was for. And she might just want that little scent of powder or something to rub on her between her thighs or her arms, or wherever maybe chafing, or where she wants a little bit of extra scent and grip. And so all together, I don't sell them separately. I sell it as a package. And so the package is for $25. That is the 2-ounce salve, 2 ounces of the rose water, the massage oil, and that's a oil you can use on the mother's head, and it does not have a scent to it, because you know sometimes in labor moms act funny with scents. And so the olive oil, sweet almond oil, simple mix, and the non-talc powder. So this has arrowroot, calanolin, cornstarch. It has also lavender and calendula. I put a little calendula in there too, for it to be healing for the skin. And so this is $25. If you want more information on the class that's coming up in April, don't hesitate to send me an inbox on Facebook. I'm under Divine is Earth, or you can catch me on my business site, Divine Birth Wisdom. Also, my email address is divineisearth@gmail.com, and that's I as in zigzag zig. So now the S is IZ Earth, EARTH@gmail.com. And again, this is Divine. I want y'all to come down to Louisiana and see what we're doing down here, see what herbs and plants are growing, and add on to what you're doing as a birth worker or as a mother. And the class is open for all doulas, breastfeeding consultants and supporters, midwives. And again, on Saturday, April 30th, that is the class that has been approved for 6.6 CEUs, or 6 hours of CEUs from MEAC. So again, if you have any questions, and if you want to get your package, your Fussin bag for $25, contact me at divineisearth@gmail.com. Peace.